Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday and start to your week. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video. We've got a lot to talk about. We have got a bonus legendary event starting tomorrow based on ancient shards, and we'll talk about the context of why this is typically a good time to pull shards, but there's a lot to consider. We've got the fusion, and of course the summon rush event just ended. We'll talk about how many rares you should be at right now for Razer to make sure you're keeping pace as we plan heading into the middle of the week and everything kind of going on. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, this morning in the content creator program, we got word and a heads up that there is going to be a bonus legendary event on Tuesday starting tomorrow, where basically you're going to be pulling ancient shards until you get a legendary, and then if you get another legendary, or if you get a legendary, you get another legendary that's guaranteed to not be a dupe. So let's say your first legendary is a Prince Kaimar, you will get another bonus legendary that is guaranteed to be any legendary that's summonable besides Prince Kaimar. So you can get a duplicate as your bonus legendary. It just can't be a duplicate of the first legendary that you summoned. So I know it's a little bit convoluted and confusing, but typically these are pretty solid events for people to pull if you're just trying to acquire as many legendaries over the long haul, especially if you're close to your Mercy system proccing. And what I'm talking about is in reference to a video that I did a while ago talking about analyzing the shard rates and getting legendaries and all that. But basically, the too long didn't watch in relation to what I'm talking about right now in this video and this event starting tomorrow is that you can see when there is no 2x, you're going to get a legendary about every 128 shards. When there is a 2x, you're going to get it about every 87. And the reason that it's not actually a 2x in relation to acquiring legendaries is because the 2x events do not affect the Mercy system. So it's not actually a true 2x over the course of a large sample size. And that's why these guaranteed events can be so good, because you're basically getting the good part of the 2x and you're getting the double legendaries, but you can proc it at the same exact time with one shard. So you hit this lucky thing once and then boom, you get two legendaries. So if you're close to your Mercy, it can be the best time to pull for legendary acquisition over the long haul of managing the shards on your account. So I know for me, I ended up pulling a few recently, like especially for the summon rush and all that, going for the rare on Razer. So I'm going to be reasonably close to my Mercy system. So it's definitely going to make sense for me to get after two legendaries and probably pull during the bonus event, especially since ancient shards are so trash in summon rushes and guaranteed events. Like they're probably going to be doing these hybrid summoning events like they did with Michinaki, where you can do every single shard, and ancients are horrible in those. So really the best time to pull ancient shards, at least it's looking like in the current landscape of Raid, is to pull during the bonus legendary events. Ideally, it would be like during a CVC or a summon rush or for a fusion, but obviously Plarium plans that and they do it right after the summon rush to kind of like stagger when they want us to be constantly using resources. And obviously, I'll do a poll over on the community tab of this channel where we always try a few times a week to just get like a general view of how the player base is feeling and a participation rate of the different events so that I can keep you in the loop on how the player base is feeling. Then for the Razel Fusion, let's pull up the calendar and talk about this for a little bit. So we've hit kind of that first wave. We've had that first weekend during the Fusion where we had a lot of stuff end. So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. You should have 4 copies of the rare, and there was 1 copy of the epic if you were able to get enough points in the summon rush that was happening over the weekend. And in a fusion event like this, there is exactly 16 copies of the rare, which you need 16 to make the 4 epics that fuse into the Razel. So you do have to be very diligent and make sure you're not missing any of these rare copies that you need. So as long as you have 4 right now, you should at least be in a spot where you can continue to move forward. If you only have 3, you're in a rough spot. You may have to like YOLO some ancient shards and try to get lucky, or just abandon it right now and give up, because there is going to be no way to get an epic, and there is going to be no way to get a bonus rare copy or something like that. I really wish they would put up like 17 of the rares, so that it's not dire if you miss a single one, or if you accidentally sacrifice a rare or something. But anyway, yeah, you should have 4 as of right now. And you can always check this super easily by going into the Fusion and then just clicking on one of the rares, and it will pop up right here. You can see that I've got 4, but I believe I can actually claim one from the Dungeon Divers and get my 5th right there. So I have an extra one in order in terms of keeping pace, but the reason is, like I said, I pulled like maybe 25, 30 ancient shards during the summon rush, just kind of like trying to round out and get some points. And I was lucky enough to summon one of the rares that I need out of the ancient shards. So I got an insurance copy of a rare, and I can maybe like skip something in the future if I end up keeping pace enough. But I'm going to keep that in my back pocket as an extra bonus insurance copy. So it was super fortunate that that happened. And that's why I said ancient shards had a little bit more value than normal in terms of these summon rushes, because you could get an extra rare or summon the epic or something like that if you get lucky. Then for some general game type stuff that you're going to want to keep tabs on as we start the week is in terms of your clan. We're going to be getting a CVC here in about 8 days on next Tuesday, as long as Plarium sticks to their normal schedule, which I fully expect that they will. And then also your clan quests. Today is going to be the last day. They reset at the end of the day, so make sure you do your clan quests for your team. And then similarly here with the clan bosses, you've got to spend your Hydra keys within the next day and a half before that runs out, as long as your account is in a spot where you are endgame enough to hit the Hydra. And we are also coming up with the final week of the Doom Tower. So start doing those secret rooms and checking some of those boxes in the Doom Tower to get as much progression done as you can before the Doom Tower resets. And you also want to check your arena ranks, because everything kind of resets in the beginning of the week. You can see right now I fell down a lot overnight and I'm in gold 3. So I'm going to have to do a bunch of arena fights and get back up to gold 5 and set a defense and all of that before, because this can affect your stats and stuff. If you've got like a razor thin margin on one keying the Demon Lord or something, your arena tier can mess that up. So always check that on Mondays. As far as the stuff going on that you're going to want to be focusing on here in the early part of the week, you do have an ice golem that you've got to grind over the next day and a half or so to get the 2250 to scoop up the rare. And there is going to be also a classic arena takedown ending today. So I need to do a bunch of arena fights anyway, and you need to scoop up the 390 points in the classic arena to get the copy of the rare. And then we're going to be getting a special spider tournament where you can only use the Telerian Alliance. That'll be starting tomorrow. So I will keep you in the loop in tomorrow morning's daily wrap-up video, and we'll see if the spider tournament is worth focusing on, or if we should just be prioritizing the Raz Fusion. And the Telerians are that top row where you've got the Bannerlords, the High Elves, the Sacred Order, and the Barbarians. And hopefully I'll get enough time to do one of our deep breakdown articles where we break down the rewards, like I did for the Corrupted Alliance Fire Night tournament, where we talk about what's up for grabs, how much it's worth, the best champions to watch out for, and all of that. So I will try to get that done tomorrow morning as soon as we can actually see what's going on with that special spider tournament. But then also under the events tab, there is only going to be one thing you need to focus on today, and that is getting the 4775 in upgrading some artifacts. Take a bunch of stuff to level 8, level 12, and see what is worth keeping on your account and all of that. And I need to do this today as well to make sure and hit that classic arena and the artifact enhancement before it is going to be ending. So now let's go ahead and see if there's anything worth talking about in the shop. The Great Deal Mix is kind of underwhelming. We know the drill on that one. They always do these silver pack strings whenever they have an artifact enhancement going on, but it's not that great in my opinion. The monthly, the mini mix, we haven't gotten the 101% mini mix packs in a very long time. They used to do them fairly consistently, but that's kind of unfortunate. Those are some of my favorite ones to buy. The privilege pack, okay, we got 5 days is unfortunate, but this one's at least worth breaking down. So here we go, tools, offer, calculator, okay, and it was 15 and then 2.5 million. Okay, and then 10 energy refills, boom. It was 200 multi-battles, okay. A rank 5 chicken of 1 and 20 XP brews, and those are going to be right there. Aren't I just amazing and able to remember everything that's in these offers off the top of my head? No, I can see it on my raid screen while I'm plugging it in, but it's covered on your end. But anyway, this offer is not very good. A 0.93. That is God, is it really that bad? Did I get everything in there right? The silver, the bruise, the chicken, the energy. It's a rank 5 chicken, right? Yep. And then 200 multi battles. Okay, yeah, it really is just that bad. It's a 0.93. Okay, so yeah, nothing to see there. And then the faction accessories, yeah, not really anything in the shop here. Unfortunately, tomorrow we'll probably see some ancient shard offers. The ancient shard offers can be really hit or miss, so we'll go over that tomorrow morning. And with the bonus legendary event, I wonder if we'll get some decent ones in the shop. And I haven't talked about the Forge Pass for a little bit. If you are dedicated to finishing the Forge Pass, so I don't think I've talked about the week 2 challenges yet, but some of the ones that you won't just complete passively are probably the win boots 75 times in the campaign, which boots is going to be stage 6. So a lot of times people really only do stage 6 if they're doing Nightmare. They'll do 12-6 instead of 12-3 on Nightmare, but you do want to kind of do that for some of your campaign grinding if you're focusing on finishing the Forge Pass, and then also winning 50 dungeon battles using 5 champions of the same affinity. The other ones are going to kind of passively accumulate, probably. The upgrade champion levels in Tavern, maybe not, but yeah, those two are definitely going to take at least a little bit of focus and effort for most of you, probably. So there we have it. Tomorrow during the bonus legendary event, I'll try to live stream. Been swamped with like the Amazon Prime show and all the different stuff going on, and the tech troubles and the camera and all the my PC blue screening and all that. It's been a wild week. I'm trying to catch up and grab my bearings and start live streaming more often here, and we'll definitely do that tomorrow for the bonus event. Maybe have some fun YOLOing some shards, and let's see what legendaries we get. So if you're going to be pulling, good luck on that. Remember, I'll do a poll over on the community tab if you would like to vote on if you're pulling for the bonus legendary event tomorrow and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content, and I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.